Hey, welcome back. Today we are headed to a galaxy far, far away to look at some droids. So if you watched our Articulated Points episode where we talk about the droid factory figures, you may recall we mentioned how Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland and Disney World have their own line of 4-inch Droid Depot droid figures. Well, it's inevitable that in the coming years, Disney would put out more figures, and they have done so with CB23 and Forlom. But not here to talk about these two today. They are fun figures, they have basis in canon movies and cartoons, but that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at this particular Droid Depot Droid set. Now, what makes this set special and why I wanted to cover it is because these are a very specific group of droids. They are, in fact, droids lined up outside of the Droid Depot shop at Galaxy's Edge. Even the positioning in the package matches how they are lined up in the parks. And what's actually kind of fun is that if you have the Play Disney Parks app, you can actually interact with those droids with your phone app and make them make noise and turn side to side. It's a fun little feature. Not necessarily the most engaging, but the fact that you can actually affect park animatronics through your own phone is a feature that I find that very charming. Now, my home Disney park is Disneyland, and with all the COVID restrictions in place, Disneyland has not been accessible to me for almost a year now, and I have been feeling the withdrawals. You can still get into Galaxy's Edge over at Disney World, but you cannot get to it at Disneyland. And Batuu West, as it's sometimes called, is just a distant memory at this point and a longing to return. But thankfully, downtown Disney is open, and Disney has made it a way for us to get merchandise from Galaxy's Edge. Now, both Downtown Disney in Anaheim, California, and Disney Springs in Orlando, Florida, have a Star Wars Trading Post gift shop. Initially, the gift shop in California was a temporary overlay to the Wonderground Gallery shop, but Disney has since reinstated the Wonderground Gallery and moved the Trading Post over to the location of the old Rainforest Cafe. It was actually kind of brilliant for them to redress it and call back to the Massassi temples on Yavin 4 and sort of create a Star Wars location in downtown Disney. Now, if you've been inside the Rainforest Cafe, you'll know it's like 3 separate dining room levels and an outdoor patio area, in addition to a bar, the waiting area, and a gift shop. So the Trading Post is just the waiting area and gift shop area. So there's a lot of the restaurant that's not being used. This is, as far as we know, just a temporary overhaul and just a way to get more people into downtown Disney, open up in a little shopping area that was previously closed for a few years, just vacant space. That said, they put a lot of detail into it, even calling back to things like The Mandalorian, as well as the original trilogy. So, there's bits and pieces all over the place. We've got a lot of merchandise from Galaxy's Edge, which is sequel trilogy based. Clone Wars is in there with a Temple Guard face mask, a General Grievous head. It's all over the place. It's not as immersive as Galaxy's Edge. They don't, greet you with the bright suns or refer to cash as credits. It's still very much a Disney gift shop, but I'll take it. And it's a free to enter place. Only thing you really have to pay is parking to get into downtown Disney. So, you do have to wait in a long line to get in. But you take the good, you take the bad. So, let's get into this pack. Included in this pack are R1J1, BR72, L4R6, C2B9, and EG01. Now, off the bat, I just wanted to talk about these two, get them out of the way. L4R6 and C2B9. Despite their name designations, they really do look like a standard R4 and an R5. Utilizing the Droid factory molds we've had since 2015, limbs can come apart. You can reconfigure it how you want. Nothing we really haven't seen before, but nice to have a new design available. Next up, we have EG01. This is a power droid. Something surprising to me, I just realized. So, if you recall, we talked about the Droid Factory playset that Disney put out previously. It came with its own power droid, which is the same mold as a power droid they included with their Sandcrawler, just a little bit different paint. I thought this was just a reskin, but you can see they are very different bodies. There's a different width to it. The legs are different. The interior is different. Even if that central core is the same, this is an all-new mold to fit into the wider body. That's very cool. I'm not really one to be all that impressed by power droids. I just, I call them gonk droids myself. Don't really, care about their official name. When Hasbro put out a vintage collection power droid last year, I was like, I can pass on it. It's just a power droid. But now I've got these two. I've got my vintage collection one, as beat up as it is. I kind of have the makings of a little power droid army here. Add in the other Hasbro ones that we've come out, and you can have a very decent amount of power droids that are all kind of unique. That's actually very cool. And a nice way to fill out your Star Wars displays. Next up, we have R1J1. R1J1 excites me because this is an R1 droid, and we have seen these so seldom in Star Wars. You see R2s all the time, R3s, R4s, R5s, even R0s, but rarely R1s. There was one in the original New Hope movie, there was one in Phantom Menace. They've shown up here and there in the ancillary fiction, but they put an R1 in Galaxy's Edge, and now we have a toy of this particular R1. Especially nice because the only previous R1 toy came out from Hasbro in the Saga line way back in 2002, 2003. So it's been a while. Oh geez, it's been 20 years. Wow, time is flying. I feel old. But I'm old with an R1 droid. Not much articulation. Just kind of a swivel at the neck. It doesn't feel like it can come apart like the other Disney droids, so I don't think we can reconfigure this one anytime soon, but still, glad to have it. I wonder if people will be using this as a basis for custom making those security droids we saw in The Mandalorian on the Prisoner episode. Those apparently aren't R1 droids, but they look very similar. Little vent on the bottom there. I guess it's meant, I don't know if that's a treads or if it is meant to hover like those security droids did. Still, R1. Next we have BR72. This is a chunky droid, very humanoid. I don't know if these have ever appeared in any of the ancillary fiction before Galaxy's Edge opened, but it's fun. It's not a traditional Star Wars droid, but, rules are meant to be broken, right? Let's have something a little bit different out there. Some articulation in the shoulders, that's about it, but the arms can come off. Looks like the legs can too, as well as the head, showing some of the internal diagnostics. So I imagine you should be able to fit an astromech dome on there, if only awkwardly. Still though, I do love that they keep the build-a-droid aspect of this, even in the Galaxy's Edge figures. Fun little feature, adds to the play value, even if right now doesn't make a whole lot of sense, So that was just a quick look at the figures. Just a fun set of 5. If you want to build your own dioramas of Galaxy's Edge, this is definitely a starter pack for you. Make your own droid depot building, stick these guys right outside. Maybe have a little recorded audio playing in the background. And it gives us some new molds and molds of droids that are very prevalent in the movies, in the shows, in the cartoons. I know that Gonk droid is probably going to get a little more attention from me now, and I may have to go back and get that vintage collection one. Ooh, he's gone up in price real quick. But we'll see. We'll see, definitely. So there we go. Droid Depot droids. What did you think? You want to get the sets? Sound off in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell, all that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this episode of Articulated Points. We hope you enjoyed it. And we'd appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to learn more about some of the toys featured in this episode or want to follow us on social media, links are in the description below this video.